when you're manifesting from lack or affirming from lack, when that comes back to be mirrored back to me, guess what it's going to be? It's going to be lack. You can't put lack out and expect to get the opposite of lack. It is a mirror. Lack out is lack back in. Lack within is lack without. Period. There's no way around it. The universe does not feel sorry for you. What is up, my fellow dreamers and soul searchers? Welcome to the Roxy Talks Manifestation Podcast, your raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic source for all things manifestation related. I'm Roxy Lee, and for the last decade, I have been researching and developing my signature 360 method, which combines behavioral science, quantum physics, and the law of attraction to help you manifest a life beyond your wildest dreams. Visit roxytalks.com for more info. Now, let's get into it. Hi, Roxy. I'm getting fantastic opportunities, but I feel inexperienced. I think it caused the opportunities to not go through 100%. Any advice? Thank you, Star, for asking a perfect question to illuminate exactly what we're talking about here. You just said exactly what I'm talking about. The manifestation came through. I deployed my insecurities. The manifestation fell apart. So you did the work to create the opportunities, but you didn't do the work of the person who sustains the opportunities, which in your case is training, experience, whatever. I'm not saying, I'm just going off what you said, right? So if you, I can tell you this right now as a person who once was inexperienced and now has experience, it just takes doing. So if you just start doing more of what it is that you're talking about, learning, practicing, developing, whatever it is that you're talking about, if you just start doing more of that, you'll have more confidence in yourself and you'll start to, eventually you'll realize that what you offer is unique and nobody else on the planet can offer it in the way that you offer it. So it makes it more like you have more of a leg to stand on when you are peddling your wares, right? So your awareness is right on point. It is what caused the opportunities to not go through 100%, but that does not mean that things aren't going to work out for you. Doesn't mean that these things still won't pick up or even improve and get better. And so if you're always operating with this, you know what, that was a stumble and that's okay because I see where I'm going now. Now I'm going to do the work to feel experience. And then I'm going to work on the insecure thoughts that I'm entertaining, that I'm letting take up space in my mind and in my day, that ultimately manifests my reality and then influence me to continue thinking that way. So don't let yourself think that way anymore. Awareness and discipline, 360 method, roxytalks.com for more. And get back in there. That's still, your opportunities are still there for you. I just saw an Ace of Pentacles in my head. Go for it. Do you have any affirmations you can give me that deals with best friend communication? Yeah. So, okay. Why don't you tell me right now, what are the affirmations you're using right now to describe your best friend? So what that means is, tell me the problem with your best friend. Those are the affirmations you're using to describe your relationship, and that's why it's like that. But let me know what they are specifically so we can talk about specific affirmations that you can use. She texts me every day. She never gets tired of how much I talk. She always looking to plan our next hangout. She includes me in most of her plans. I am one of her go-to people. I honestly say these all the time, but it's not the relationship I have with them. I don't affirm anything I don't want with them and haven't in a while. No offense, I don't believe you. Like, I mean that with love. I feel like it can't be true because on some level, you know that your relationship is not what you are affirming, right? So you're not fully affirming, are you? Because you're not affirming that truth away. You're affirming and then you're letting your truth remain and using it as an excuse as to why your affirmations aren't working or Or maybe I'm saying that now. But I don't think you know what I mean? Again, with love, I don't think that you are, man. It's like you're blindly affirming, but they're not, you don't believe it and you're not trying to convince yourself of it. You're not changing your thoughts that are contrary to that, right? That are telling you that that's not true. Somebody asked, or I think it was Bruja, was like, what's the difference between manifesting from gratitude and manifesting from lack? Or you said affirming from gratitude or affirming from lack. Same thing, because all your thoughts are affirmations. The difference is when you manifest from abundance or gratitude, thankful place, thank you. I'm so glad I have this. You are able to be returned or reciprocated or refilled or, mirrored back, reflected, fulfilling something that makes you feel grateful, right? So if something makes me feel grateful and I express my gratitude, thank you so much. Wow, the universe is really blessing me with amazing things. I've just now created the next situation for me to get something that I would deem as amazing because I just said amazing things. So it's got to be something I would deem as amazing for me because it's my world. Whereas when you're manifesting from lack or affirming from lack, I don't have this. This feels awful. How can I keep it? It's going away. How do I make it stay? It doesn't want to be here with me. It's over there. It's with someone else. When that comes back to be mirrored back to me, guess what it's going to be? Not fair, not here, with someone else, doesn't want to be with me. It's going to be lack. You can't put lack out and expect to get the opposite of lack. It is a mirror. Lack out is lack back in. Lack within is lack without. Period. There's no way around it. The universe does not feel sorry for you. The people in your life might, and they might give you, cards and condolences and love. And that might be the way that you get love because you don't know how else to get it. But I'm telling you, you're not going to get it from the person that you want it from if this is the way you go about it. Your question was about you met somebody, you were talking for 2 weeks, and then they just said that they're going to go back to an ex or whatever, right? So for me, what I wanted to point out for you is that your pattern of things falling apart before they even get started or falling apart in general that's what's playing out. It has nothing to do with that person. It has nothing to do with your attraction level, what you did, what you said, who they are, who their ex is, where they live, where you met. None of that is relevant. All of that is completely irrelevant. And it only has to do with the fact that you are in a cycle of expecting, fearing, worrying, experiencing, and then agreeing with, therefore revalidating, starting the cycle over, things falling apart. So what you're going to have to do is start describing them together as together. What does that mean? Longevity, commitment, solid, stable, reliable, dependable, trustworthy, open, honest, dedicated, I already said committed, but we can say it twice. Devoted. Words that mean long time. Words that mean love you long time. Like those kind of words are what you are going to start swapping out for your fears, worries, doubts, and insecurities about where they're going to go, who's better, how long is it going to last, if they don't, are you good enough, are they going to, all that bullshit needs to get replaced with the love you long time affirmations, right? Those words, longevity, commitment, dedication, life partner, here for life, not going anywhere, always around, dependable, count on them, those things. So that's first is you have to start working to choose to view relationships that way. Make statements and affirmations and choices that reflect that you are chosen, you're the prize, you're the first choice, you're the number one choice, you're good enough. You're always, like whatever the opposite of your self-worth stuff is telling you, that's where you want to start putting your focus is in building up your self-worth, knowing that you are valid and valuable and sought after and the person that people want to stay with or you're the person that people choose. You're the one they pick. You're the one who wins or whatever it is. Like, that's what I would say is what I see from you as far as like the underlying issue of what's going on in that relationship. Because just trying to manifest him back is not going to deal with the fact that your fears are going to push him away again or anybody that comes near you. And it's not your fault. We all have our things that we do, but yours are going to be around that worth stuff and like the longevity and the commitment and whether they stick around. Do you have any advice on how to say habit catchphrases around time more assertively? Example, I say, I'll be with SP eventually, or I'm playing the long game with him. I want my stuff now. Okay. So, actually, there's one that came to me today, or not today. I was reminded of it today. Time expands for me. Now, this is kind of like the opposite, but just as a personal anecdote, I was telling you guys I went to a concert in the desert last week, and we ended up renting like a better car because it was like a longer trip, and my car's okay, but you never know. So we rented a car, and they upgraded us, and then the upgrade ended up having one of those the fast passes because in California they'll charge you like fucking $12 to use the highway. Well, if you don't want to sit in traffic, even some of them you still have to pay. So they have a fast pass on it, and we were like we got on the highway, the freeway or whatever, and we're driving, and like the GPS is telling me like we have like VIP tickets, so I had to get there at a certain time, and it's telling me that we're gonna get there like right on the minute, and I just sat there. I was like, okay, I cannot look at the time on the GPS. I didn't look at it for probably like 20 minutes, and I just sat there like, time expands for me, time expands for me, time expands for me. And I just sat there over and over, just like, time is expanding for me, we're always on time is expanding for me. And then we got in that freaking lane, whatever, the fast pass lane, and it like went down like 20 minutes. And that's first it went down 10 because I visualized it going down 20 minutes. It was like said 4:45, which was when I was supposed to be at the show in line ready. And that's what it said I was going to be arriving. And I was like, okay, I want to say 4:25. So when we got on the thing, it went down to 4:35, and then it went down to 4:25. I was like, oh, I fucking manifested that. Anyways, long story short, time is on my side. I always get what I want. It always works fast. My manifestations come super fast. Everything works out so fast. Time's on my side. Did I just say those things exactly the same? I did. So I'll be with my SP eventually. How about maybe something like you could even say something like past tense, like, oh, I love how fast that worked out, or dang, that worked out so fast, or things always work out so fast for me. You said I'm playing long. He's falling in love with me right now. He's already been in love with you. He's been waiting on you. He's tired of you playing in the game. He's been waiting on you this whole time. It's unfolding now. It happens so fast. We're falling in love. Like maybe like bring your affirmations to the next logical place. Like if you're playing the long game with him, then what? Because that, however you answer that will tell you like where you can take your affirmations in a place that like makes sense to you. Every time you think about, man, that happened so fast. That happened so fast. I can't believe how fast that happened. And just being like really how you'd be like, that happened so fast. Oh my God. Sell yourself on it, make it true. Make it true to yourself. Because if you're discounting it, if you're saying the affirmation and then being like, yeah, but they're not really here, you might as well not even bother. Like, what a waste. Like, not even a waste, but what a stressful way to operate your mind. Seems like to just be so counterproductive, just be like wasting thoughts all day long. How did I make my husband be into manifesting? You know what? My husband witnessed my first manifestation. So he didn't have a fucking choice. We both were like, what the fuck? And it was great because I had a witness, so I knew that, like, you saw this happen. You know that just came out of fucking nowhere. I'm either psychic or I made that happen. And so once that thing happened and it changed my life, obviously, this is why I do what I do. We kind of just, I mean, like, we were both on board together. And I mean, my husband, he's one of the lucky people that, like, doesn't have a whole lot of fucking trauma and, like, bullshit to work through. So he doesn't, like, sit around and worry about stuff. He doesn't, like, he just is like, I don't know. It's refreshing and annoying sometimes, but, like, with love, of course. But so, getting him on board honestly wasn't like, I didn't really have, like, I do, okay, I will say, like, I do have to ask him to like, to help me manifest and to, like, to talk about our stuff in an expansive way, because he is somebody that, like, he doesn't have a lot of, like, pain pushing him towards stuff or causing him to seek out things to lessen it. So he's, like, content, I guess is how that works. He's content with life, whatever that is. So one of the, I'm not gonna say it's a downside, but one of one of the, what's the word I want to use? One of the outcomes of that is that he doesn't always, like, dream outside of what we're doing or dream, like, very big, or, I mean, we have a great life. We have a great house. We're both very happy. We're fine here. I want bigger and better. He'd be totally fine if he's, I mean, he's not pressed. He likes his life. He's chill. He's good to go. So, I didn't have to get him on board because he literally watched my first manifestation happen with me. But, like, my first conscious one, or I didn't know about manifesting, but I did it. Like, I knew I was going to meet this person that I didn't know in a state that I didn't live in. And I willed our bodies into the same fucking geographical location. And my husband was there for the whole fucking thing. So he saw it happen. So he didn't need any convincing. And then I just, I'm doing what I do, period. Like, if you don't believe in manifesting, that sucks for you. What the fuck is that? I mean, okay. And it doesn't affect me at all, so I just kept going and I'm still here. I have one of my best friends in the entire world. I don't even think she's ever made it through The Secret. We have this long-standing joke that she's used The Secret as, like, a doorstop, a fucking coffee, what is that, a coaster, everything in the world but a fucking book. But so yeah, I'm still over here doing it regardless of whether they're on board. But I do actually, I do ask him to help make me be more proactive in our language and talk openly, talk as if we're growing. Like, when we were trying to move out of our old house to come here, our old apartment to come here, it was easier to dream big and talk big together because we both wanted out of the situation. Now it's like, not that he, of course we're fine. I'm a grinder. Like, I'm just like bigger, 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 bigger. So he's cool though. He's down. And then Lola, here's the real answer to your question. If he's not down, just say that he is and manifest him to be. If you're doing Disney with us, which, even if you feel like it's too far-fetched, but you want to, the homework is for you. Script about going to Disney with us, how easy it was, how fast you got here, how everything worked out, how much you loved it, how you got to stay so long, how you had the best day, how there were no lines. We got to all the front of the rides all the time. We had the best time ever. The weather was perfect. Oh yeah, we all just vibed so well. Script about that. If you're not interested in going to Disney with us, then your homework is to script about a really fun outing that you want to do that you haven't done, or an experience that you haven't, and script it as if it happened. Okay? That's our homework for the week. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. We're all raising our vibrations together. You have the power. I believe in you. Bye.